Hello, beauties and gents. So I'm back with another video, and right before Valentine's Day, you see I got my little bear. I love this bear. I had a hard time finding something I love, but I love this bear. But anyway, so happy almost Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Yay. And today the topic is how to love single life. So if you are hopping on the live, then definitely let me know if you can hear me okay and things like that before I really get into it. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time to get into it. But today, again, this is the topic, how to love single life. So if we have not met, if I don't know you personally, I'm Detra D. Carter, and this is my Dating with Detra vlog. So I started this because I was single several years ago. I became single several years ago, and I decided that it's time to tell my story. It's time to tell what I've been through, because I struggled. I really did struggle. I was married for pretty much like half my life, and being single was just really hard for me at first, and it seemed like everybody around me seemed to know how to do it. And they were just talking. I feel like they were just talking now looking back on it, but they were just talking like they just really, oh, it's just easy. All you got to do is do this and do that. And it'll all work out. The right person will come at the right time and all that cliche stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Because I personally, while I was happily divorced, I'm happily divorced, I did enjoy being married. So I was kind of like, well, what do I do with this single stuff? Because I've never experienced it before. So that's why I decided to start a vlog and start talking about some of the things that I've been through. So I am a certified life coach. I am an author and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just talking from the heart. So I'm not really taking that expert stance and I know everything. I really want this to be a conversation between us, and I want to hear what you guys think, like what you love about being single. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what I'm going to do first is talk about 3 steps to is basically how to love being single, because some of you, if you have been in a relationship like I was for a long time and then you became single, then it is kind of hard, especially right before Valentine's Day. I have a confession. I'm about to tell you something. You guys ready for it? I'm about to be all the way real. So what had happened was, there was a time, I don't know, it wasn't even that super long ago, but it was a few years. But anyway, it was like right before Valentine's Day. And I was just feeling like, oh, so I'm like, okay, I need to do something, because now I'm like single by choice. So I'm like, I think I might need to get a boyfriend, because, you know, everybody gonna be posting their pictures. They're gonna be like, look at this. They're gonna be like, look at this. Look what I got, you know. And I'm like, I want to be down too. Because I have a big ego. So I hate that. So I have this big ego, and I feel like people try to look down on you if you're like single, basically, and say like, oh, that's why you can't get a woman or a man, or you can't keep a man or keep a woman, and things like that. And I hate that society. If you feel that way, then please comment on that. Or if you don't, just let me know. But that's how I feel, that people are so quick to say something like, oh, that's why you can't keep a woman, or that's why. And when they talk about you, they don't really say it to your face. But when they're talking about you, they're like, oh yeah, she can't cook, that's why she ain't got no man. Or she need to do something with herself, that's why she ain't got no man. Or what they say about guys, let me see. He don't know how to treat a woman, you know, he need to do this or do that. I can't even think of the things. So help me out. Feel free to help me out in the comments about what people say. That's why you ain't got no man, or that's why you ain't got no woman. So that's why I think personally, I didn't really want to be in a relationship truly But I hated for people to look down on me because I wasn't. And I hated for people to look down on me because I was divorced. It was like this shameful thing, and it sucked. And now I'm like, you know what? I love being single because I can do me. I can do what I want to do. But how did I get to this point? It was a journey. It was definitely a journey to get to this point. So first thing I had to do is I had to go through a healing process. So there was a lot of different things that I had been through with my ex-husband that I had to go through the healing process with. And then there was a lot of things just in my childhood that I had gone through, things that I've gone through and things that I've been through that I really had to really deal with before I became comfortable with me. And really accepted who I was. Like, there was a spiritual journey that I was going through. It was just so much stuff that I had to just dig through when I became single. So that was like the first thing I had to do to start getting into it. Like, okay. And once I went through the healing process and the forgiveness process, then things got a little better for me. And I do talk about that in my book of how to let go. And there was this process that I went through, and it really helped me a lot, and I started feeling free about it. But then after I went through that, then I was like, well, what do I even like? Because I was in a relationship for so long and I knew some of the things that I liked, but I'm like, okay, if it's just you, then what do you like to do? And I had to really take some time to go out there and just date myself. And I know this sounds cliche because when I heard that, I was like, really? Okay. So I had to really go out there and date myself, and it was so awkward. So don't knock it till you try it. But it was super awkward to go to the movies by myself, and just to go out to dinner by myself, and to go just like a night on the town by myself. But I did it because I'm like, I ain't never scared, I was like, okay, I was kind of scared, but that's why I did it. I faced my fears. Like, I'm going to be out here because I thought people were going to just look at me weird, or I was really uncomfortable with that, but I did it. And I'm so glad that I did because I really became more confident as a woman. I became what's the right word? I don't know. I just feel like more excited. Like, it's not like a guy. I see these questions and I'm going to answer them, but it's not like I needed a guy to get excited about. I was like, I'm going out. Okay. So I'm about to get dressed. I'm about to look good for me, and I'm going out, and I enjoyed myself. And that was like a huge victory for me, to actually go out. And I remember a time that I did go out and I was feeling a little bit awkward, and I like to dance, but since I was by myself, I was like feeling a little awkward. And I was sitting there and I was kind of like bobbing to the music, and some people came over. It was like they were in a group and they came over and they were like, you are with that? Come on. Like, and I really enjoyed just meeting new people. I just loved it. So I did that. And that was like really fun. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get into this. And then I said, okay, what do I do? I had to continue getting to know myself, right? So there were still parts of me that I didn't know. Like, I just did not understand parts of me. So I thought that people used to call me weird and stuff like that. But now, and even in the last few years, I realized like I am extra.com. Like, I really am. So, but I was like always afraid to be completely who I am. And I was like trying to tone down parts of who I am, like depending on the guy I was dating, or depending on, my ex-husband at the time. I was just like trying to conform to whatever they were about. And I was like afraid to actually be me. So I started to just like really step into who I am. And people that actually have known me for my entire life, they can attest to that. Like, she is a little I mean, she's the same, but she's a little different. Like, she's like Detra 3.0 type thing. So beyond the 2.0, I'm like completely out here. Like, let's completely be me extra, okay? So I like glitter, all of that kind of stuff. I was like, well, maybe I should change it, and just all kinds of doubts. So I completely enjoy getting to know myself. What else did I do? So it was the healing first. I'm just recapping real quick. So it was healing first, and then it was, then I really got to really start to know myself. And then what else? Oh, I found my purpose. That was another thing. So as I was getting to know myself, then I really started to find out more about why I was here for, like, what is life about? So when I got divorced, that's when I enrolled in a PhD program. So those of you that kind of watch my post, I talked about, this is the second master's I'm getting instead of the PhD. And that kind of is bittersweet, but right after I got out of the marriage, I enrolled in school. And when I enrolled in school, I was like pursuing my dreams, and I was pursuing my purpose. So I was all about pursuing my purpose. So once I started to heal and get to know myself, I started pursuing my purpose and finding out what I was about fully, like finding out my gifts, finding out my talents, and just like really accepting myself and loving myself. So I started to do that. And as I began to do that, just more like my heart began to open up even more. I just started trying stuff. So that's how I got into doing the coaching, and I've worked out in the community. I've tried all different kinds of jobs. I volunteered in church, like just doing me, like all kinds of stuff that I wanted to do. And so I was doing all that, and I still struggle with it because I see some questions coming through, and I'm going to answer them more directly, but I still struggled with accepting it. So I would talk to my friends, and I remember one of my married friends, she was like, well, Dee, you just gotta I think you're just going to have to accept being single. Like, you're going to have to just like really enjoy just being single. And I'm rolling my eyes like, girl, please, you over there married with children, happy. So whatever, but she was like, really, she was right. Like, I really needed to really enjoy being single. Like, I really needed to enjoy my life. And until I started to enjoy my life, then she was like, I really just don't think you're going to be happy until you do that. And that's like where I am right now, is that I am really enjoying my life. Like, I didn't walk into the store seeing, first I didn't even notice all the Valentine's Day stuff. But then when I went up to the front, I'm like, oh, all this stuff is here. And let me pick out something that I want, instead of trying to get with somebody just so that they'll buy you something cute and you can look cute. You can flex on social media. Like, if you want a bear, buy a bear. Like, I picked out the one that I wanted. But of course I can get a guy to buy me a bear, and that's not like a big deal, but he probably wouldn't have picked out the one I wanted. So I love this one. But anyway, so you don't really have to wait on anybody to, enjoy your life. You just don't. So that was like the biggest thing that I've learned through all of this, is like, you can enjoy your life as it is. So all the things that you have been wanting to do, and you felt like your partner, they're not going to want to do that. I really like, for me, I love like trying new restaurants, like bougie restaurants where people are like it's too expensive for the food to be like this. Like, it's all right. But I like to do it for the experience and things like that. And sometimes your partner, they may not be into that. So you kind of got to compromise. So when you're single, you don't have to compromise. Like, you can do you. So if you want to go to that restaurant, then you can go to that restaurant. If you want to get on a freaking roller coaster, you can do that. Maybe they don't like doing that. If you want to take a trip, because I know a couple years ago I took a trip, and that would have been kind of harder for us to do. I know couples do travel together and stuff, but in my particular relationship, it would have been harder. And even in more recent relationships, sometimes it is hard with their work schedules and all that. You only have to worry about you. So if you want to go to the island somewhere, check your schedule, book a flight, goodbye, So that's like one of the benefits of being single. So the last thing of what I feel like you should really, like, that last step of when you've gone through the healing and you've gone through really getting to know yourself, and you've dated yourself, and you've done things for yourself that you want a man to do. Or for guys, you guys gonna have to help me with what you guys will have to do when you're single. But you seem like you guys deal with it a little bit better than we do, because women like really be tripping about it. But after you do all of those things, you want to focus on the benefits of being single. So this is what I want to hear from you guys. What do you think the benefits of being single are? So I know I did do like a quick little survey in the group that I talked to. They kind of struggled with the question. So for me, the biggest benefit of being single is I get to do what the hell I want to do. So my church folks, don't get offended, but that's how strongly I feel about that. Like, I get to do me. And I love that, because I don't like all these questions, the questions that you have to go through in relationships. Like, just because somebody's concerned and they want to know, and sometimes they need to know. But I don't like to be questioned a lot. So you don't have to go through that when you're single. You can get your needs met as well, because sometimes you have to give a lot of yourself. So a lot of people, they like to say that 50-50 thing. They like to say that. I love that hashtag doing me. I just saw that in the comments. I had to acknowledge that. That's my best friend right there. So doing me, hashtag doing me. Love that. But anyway, what else? What was I saying? Because I just got so caught up with the doing me hashtag. You guys got to put that in the comments when you watch that. Watch this replay, doing me. But one thing that you also can do, one of the benefits, is that you just have so many options. You have so many options, and it is whatever you choose, and you don't have to run it by anybody. And that is the part that I absolutely love. Okay? All caps, LOVE. We love it, right? We love it. That we can do whatever we want to do, and it's all up to us. Like me, myself, well, I guess I'm gonna add Teddy, or I'm gonna call him Lovey. I love that name. But anyway, it's all about us, right? And in your world, you can do you. So to get out of that funk, though, let's be honest, because I know some of you are like, yeah, I hear you, and you're not really feeling it, because I was like that for a long time. But really, to get out of your funk, you're going to have to focus on what you love about your life. You're going to have to really focus on that. So going back to my friend that says, D, you're just going to have to you're just going to have to enjoy being single. You're just going to have to be okay with that. So what I started doing was like focusing on the parts that I love. And the parts that I love is that I can go hang out with my friends, on the weekends or whatever. I'm free to do that when I want to do that. I can go on a date if I want to go on a date. That's pretty easy to do as well. If I want like male energy or whatever. If I just want to be around my family, I can be around my family. I saw my family come on. Hey. So I can be around my family and spend some time with that. When you are in a relationship, you have to like really put some time and put some energy into that. So you can't be just always kicking it with your girls or your boys or whatever, always with your family. Like, you got to put some energy into your relationship. So when you're single, you really need to enjoy the fact that you don't have to do that. Like, you can do whatever the hell, here I go with the hell again, but whatever the hell you want to do, you can do that. And it's all good, you know? And people enjoy that. Like, they enjoy getting a piece of you. Like, your friends, like, they enjoy being around you. Your family enjoys that. Even with your kids, because if you are like single with children, it's like you have more time to even focus on your children. You have more time to focus on your career. It's just so many things. Like, if you love traveling, if you love your hobbies, like all of that. So whatever it is that you love to do, you can do more of that, right? If you want to sit and read a book, like if you want to just relax, like one of the things that I used to like to do, and I still do, I got to make more time for it, is just the bubble baths at by myself at night, with a nice book, that I know some of my friends, they like to do the wine tastings, just kicking it by themselves. Like, they like that alone time. If you need time to just think, because I know some of the married people, they are like, oh my God, I finally have the house to myself, you know, because they don't even have time to think. And you really need to enjoy this time, because eventually, if you want a relationship, you're going to be in a relationship eventually, right? So the time that you have where you're not in a relationship, do some of this stuff that you've been wanting to do. Pamper yourself, right? That's what I absolutely love. Well, you probably can tell, but I absolutely love, like, just being in the mirror, like playing with my hair, playing with makeup. Like, I can just do that kind of stuff for hours. I love doing that stuff. And you may not be like doing stuff like that, but whatever it is you like to do, if you like to work on your car, I know some guys, that's what they like to do. Like, they just like to mess with their car. So if you like to do that, like, that gets annoying for females after a while. We're like, okay, are you done talking about that car? Like, so you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And I want you to focus on that. And anybody that is watching this now or watching a replay, what is it that you love about being single? I need you guys to speak on this, because I feel like the married folks, they're going to be blasting the timelines about everything they're getting for, or people in relationships, they're blasting the timelines about everything that they're getting for Valentine's Day. They're trying to make everybody that's single feel bad about being single. Like, look at my man and all this, or look at my woman, and they're celebrating themselves. So as single people, I'm like, let's celebrate ourselves as well and celebrate our situation, right? Because I feel like if more of us are celebrating the situation, we might have like an even playing field. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be in a relationship. It's okay to be married. It's okay to be single. It's all good. Just do you and be happy with doing you. And don't let anybody make you feel bad for your situation. And when the time is right, you're going to find that right person. When the time is right, you are going to be with the person of your dreams. But until then, do you, okay? Hashtag do you. You need to put that in the comments. You really do. So with that being said, I think you guys got it. Let me see if I'm missing anything. No, I didn't. So have fun, relax, level up. Like, that's the biggest thing. I've been doing all of these things. I've been having fun. I've been relaxing. I've been leveling up. And when I'm talking about leveling up, male, female, when it comes to your education, I have more education. In the time that I've been single, I look better. I feel better. I am better. I am better, period. And that's what you should be doing if you're single, becoming better. Okay. So once you become better, you can attract the type of person that you want to be with, and you can have the confidence, because it's not all about the attraction thing. It's about, like, do you feel good, like, with yourself? Do you feel good with you? Do you feel like you're worthy of the type of person that you want to be with? So you need to feel worthy of the type of person that you want to be with before you take that next step. And while you're single, that's what you should be doing, is leveling up, right? So those are basically, I gave you guys a life lesson. I gave you guys some benefits of how to love being single, because it is possible. It is definitely possible. I want to reiterate it even more. It is possible to love being single. Singleness is a season, just like being married. They say till death do us part, but with the divorce rate, I can't tell. Okay. So I feel like it's all a season, but I know some of the religious folks, they will definitely beg to differ with that. And that's okay. But I just feel like you just have times where you're with somebody and you're enjoying the love, and you're not just hugging your teddy bear. You're with this person and you're hugging them and you're loving on them. And that's completely okay. But there's nothing wrong with having that time where you're loving on yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're like me, I didn't even know how to do that. I didn't know how to love myself. And I've found out how to love myself while being single. So I'm in a better position to be with somebody. So last thing, before we get into it's time to get into some Q&As. And I thought I'm just going to scroll through here and see if I'm missed any questions. And then I have at least one question that somebody sent. So I saw a person that said, I don't like Valentine's Day. And some people, I still like it, and I'm single, so, you don't have to. It's just a holiday, but I like holidays. So I like Christmas, like Easter. They're pagan, whatever. I still like it. And then a question here was, how long did it take you to find yourself after being married? I feel like I'm still getting to know myself. There's not a number that I can put on it. Okay, it took me 1 year and 6 months. It was not a number. I wrote this book years ago, and I'm still going through. Let me look real quick. Going through this stuff. Am I good enough? Every time I level up, then I think about the people that I'm around, because I'm around a different group of people, people that I look up to. And, I kind of have to go through this of developing my faith and really going to that next level. So I feel like you're always getting to know yourself as you're transforming and as you're growing. And then somebody said, how do you date yourself? And I thought that I talked about that. How you date yourself is you spend some time looking good for you. Okay. Spend some time looking good for you. You pick out where you want to go. You pick out a fun day. You basically plan a day for yourself. That's how you date yourself. And you don't want to show up looking raggedy. Because it's only going to be you, that doesn't mean that you need to be looking like who did it. You need to actually get dressed. You might even end up meeting somebody on a date with yourself. So that's how you date yourself. Somebody said, I need your expertise. Love you, sus. What? Thank you for saying nice job. And then somebody had a little comment talking about, if you're dating yourself and you go out and meet someone, where you cheating on yourself? It depends, okay? So if you play yourself, then you cheating on yourself. So don't play yourself, okay? So you want to, if you are going to entertain somebody, you need to entertain somebody while you on a date with yourself. You need to entertain somebody that's worthy of being with someone on your level. So if you've leveled up and you're dating down, yes, you're cheating on yourself. Absolutely. And then I think I answered that. How long did it take you to find you, love you fully, and find your purpose? When it comes to, I'll talk about this one more time. When it comes to finding your purpose, I'm a life purpose coach, life coach, and all of that. So I have programs that will take you through finding out your gifts and going through that process of forgiveness and letting go and just finding out who you are. And you can do all of that, but it's still like a process. Even after you to write all the stuff down, you still just continuously find out new things about yourself and new things. That's why you should try new things, because you never know what you can do. So I really didn't even expect to be doing this, but I'm doing this. I'm doing a blog. And then, is there anything else? Okay. So somebody said, show your book, please. So this is the book. It's showing backwards, but there's more in you. That's the book. But question that I got is, and I want you guys to answer this. So if you see this replay, then feel free to chime in on this. This guy says, should rumors matter when dating someone? And then he says, I'm just wondering because I started to date this woman and then I heard something about her and I didn't like it, so I backed off. Was I wrong for that? So let me know what you think. But here's what I think. I think that I've actually been through something like this, like very recently. So my girl, if she's still on here, she know about it. But I was dating a guy and I just started getting a funny feeling and I was like, and I was telling my girlfriend about it. So she looks him up online and she looks this guy up online and she finds out something about him. I'm not going to share what it is, but she finds out something about him and I was like, OMG, right? So I'm flipping out. So what I do, which is something different than what I normally do. What I did was I was like, I'm just not even going to ask him about it. This is just too much. I'm going to block his number. I'm not talking to him ever again. I don't even want to know any of the details. I just made a decision. I don't want to deal with him. So I did that. But here it goes. The plot thickens. So I'm out with my friend, living my best life, single life. Okay, I'm out. We walking around. I'm not going to say where we were. So we're walking around. And there he goes. So he's out. It looks like he's out on a date. But he's out with someone. And then I immediately get like ticked off, right? Get completely mad about it. Like, what the heck is going on? Mind you, I have no business getting mad because this one right here blocked. This one right here, not accepting any phone calls. I like ghosted him, completely ghosted him, right? And then I have the nerve to get mad when I see him. So I waltz over there because, yeah, that's Detra. So if you know me, I do have a little bit of a fire, some fire in me. So I walk over there like, well, hello. And he's like, hi, I haven't seen you in a while. So he's got his, it looks like a date to me, but anyway. He's got the female there and I'm like, well, hello, who are you? He immediately walks me away from that situation. And he's explaining like, I have not talked to you in like 2 weeks. Like I've been calling you. I've been worried about you. What's going on? So I told him what I found out. And this is the rumor, right? I told him what I found out. And I'm like, he's like, I'm like, you should have told me what was going on. And that's why I just stopped talking to you. And he was like, well, that really hurt me that you did that because I really wanted to explain myself. Like I wanted to talk to you about it. I will tell you anything that you want to know about it. Like I really want to talk to you about it because I really care about you. And I really want to talk to you about it. So I felt bad. So to answer the question, I would not advise you to like completely back off of a person just because of what you heard. Because like the old saying goes, you believe half of what you hear, none of what you hear, half of what you see. I messed that up, whatever. But basically, even when you see something, because he was telling me he was not out on a date, he was with a friend of his, and it looked like a date to me, but like he was completely leaving her by herself to come talk to me. So I don't know. Who knows? But the moral to the story is that you cannot assume anything when you don't have all the facts. So you've got to do what you feel comfortable doing as well. So if you feel like if you had to say, was I wrong for that? You don't feel comfortable with what you did or how you're handling it. So you need to adjust it. I'm not going to tell you like what you should do, but you definitely need to adjust yourself so that you feel comfortable with what you are doing. Okay. So if anybody else has a different take on it, then definitely put it down in the comments because he's probably going to watch this. So definitely let him know what you're thinking about it. But I don't believe in just going based on hearsay, what word on the street is about. Sometimes sometimes the stuff is true, but I am the person that feels like you have to give a person a chance to show you who they are. But here's the thing, here's the cliche statement: when they show you who they are, then you need to believe them. When they show you, not Shay and them or Craig and them or whatever, then you need to believe them. So of course you guard your heart. You want to definitely guard your heart with the situation and not just jump in both feet. And you already know some stuff could be going on, but at the same time, you want to have an open mind. You don't want to be blocked off. And some of that, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, just making sure that you have healed. Because if you've come out of a relationship, sometimes we cut people off. I did it. So, I'm the first to say, you cut people off because you don't want to be hurt, right? You don't want to be played. You don't want to look stupid, all of that stuff. So I totally get that. But when it comes to love, you just cannot completely protect yourself. And that person I was talking about, he definitely helped me to see that love is a risk. So if you're going to be in love with yourself, that's another benefit, y'all. If you're going to be in love with yourself, you are not going to hurt yourself. Hopefully you are not going to hurt yourself. You're going to love on yourself. That's a benefit of being single. But if you want to be with somebody, you want to be in a relationship with somebody, then you definitely want to, you got to be vulnerable. You got to be vulnerable. You definitely do. But that being said, I don't think I see any more questions. So I always end with telling you, I mentioned the book the last time, but that's not my number one intention with this. I really just want to talk to you guys and share stuff that I like. So I'm into makeup still. So for those of you leveling up, ladies, I know the guys are not that interested in that. Maybe you guys like to read, and I'll start doing some book reviews and stuff on some stuff that you might like. But this Ipsy thing, this is the latest bag and I love it. These are the lipstick that I got out of this bag, and this is $10. And that's why I like it so much, because I like trying new products, but I like to also being on a budget. So again, when you are single, that's a benefit of being single. It's just coming together. It's just getting your finances in order, getting your body in, just getting yourself together, leveling up. And you can do it on a budget with something like this, where you get $10 and you just get there's MAC stuff. This is a little MAC sample. This is a makeup brush. And then the stuff on my lips, you can see that. And then this is a mask. So this is the stuff you can do when you're relaxing. And I'll put the link to how to get that subscription, the $10 subscription, because I did start doing that. And those of you that knew me from way back, I've learned a lot about how to do my own makeup, how to look better and all of that kind of stuff. That's what it's all about, leveling up. So guys, even they got a whole lot of stuff for you guys as well, as far as making sure that you get the right look. So some guys, they don't stay up on their beard game. Some guys, they don't stay up on how they're with the hair. If you're going bald, then make sure that stuff is together. Okay. So this stuff applies to everybody, everything that I'm talking about, male or female. with all that being said, though, let's be honest. Sometimes with Valentine's Day, I'm trying to encourage you because it's not a time to be sad. It's not a time to feel sad and lonely or anything like that, because you might have a little cute, if you like bears, ladies, get you a bear. But anyway, you might have a little bear, a little teddy bear right now, but enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it, because if you cute and you leveling up, somebody gonna snatch you. Okay. And guys, if you fine and you leveling up, somebody is waiting for you to snatch them. Okay. So it's not gonna last forever. Enjoy not having to be out there buying all that stuff and not knowing what to get, because that gets on my freaking nerves. Like, what am I going to get him? I don't even know. So enjoy that, not being like all in your head about trying to make it all perfect and not knowing the person yet. I mean, there's some stuff you got to go through when you're trying to be in a relationship. So it's some work to be in a relationship. So when you're single, I think it's a lot easier. That's just me. I think it's a lot easier. But if you're not there yet, and you're not in the place that I'm in, where I'm like really enjoying single life, what I would just continuously tell you is just have faith. Like, continue to work your faith and believe. If you really want that relationship and you like, I don't give a damn what she say, I want to be in a relationship. Okay, that's fine. That is completely fine. Definitely, I'm praying in agreement with you. Okay, in agreement that you will find the absolute love of your life, because you can find the absolute love of your life, and you guys will meet at the right time. But until then, keep leveling up. Enjoy yourself. And anybody, if you like this video, then please hit the like button, hit the heart button, share it. I have a YouTube channel. Check out that YouTube channel. I am starting from the bottom, y'all. So I really want to grow my YouTube channel. So head over to YouTube, subscribe, and give me some support. Share this if you like it. And if you didn't like it, send me a message. If you have some constructive criticism, I'm down for that too. But until next time, then always remember to look good, feel good, be good, and there is more in you. Goodbye, loves. Mwah.